In this session, let us see how to create the next part. Already I have shown you how to create the first part using the top down method. Now I will create two more parts, and in that the second one is bolt and the third one I am going to create a nut. Now first we will see how to create a bolt using the same top down method. To go with the bolt, I am going with, once again, create a component in the assembly mode. Select the icon and the type I am selecting as part, the subtype solid, and let me give the name of this file as bolt. Give the name and go with OK. Then in the same methods, I am selecting here create features. That is, in the creation method, let us go with create features and accept it. Now you can see here the active part is bolt, because here we got the green color dot for the bolt, and even you can read here it is going with active part as bolt. Now let me create the bolt here, and to create this bolt I may use some 3 to 4 features. So one by one I am going to create here. First I am going with extrude, and using extrude I am going to create here the stud. Then let me select the reference and orientation, and I am going sketch. And here I want the diameter of the bolt to be equal to the diameter of the hole. So select the hole as reference, because I am going to match the diameter of the bolt. Then you can specify here the stud height, what are the height you want, you can specify here and accept it. And after creating this stud, now I am going to create here the head for this bolt. To create the head, once again I am going with extrude, placement, define, and now I am selecting the top surface of the stud as the sketching plane. Then you can select the reference and orientation and go with sketch. Now again here I am selecting the cylindrical surface as reference, because from the same center point here I am going to take one circle, and this circle I am going to use as reference to create an hexagonal head for the bolt. So here I am going to create an hexagonal head, and for that I am taking the help of this circle, and here to create that hexagon along with circle I am going to create here two center lines which should be placed at an angle of 60 degrees apart. Now if you see here, the overall angle between these two lines is 60. Now I am going to take a line and I am going to join all the intersection points of the circle and the center lines like this. Join them, and you are going to get an hexagon with all equal lengths. The sides will be of same length. Now my requirement is only the hexagon, and I don't want here the circle. So let me convert this circle into a construction entity. I don't want to delete it, so I'm just converting that circle into a construction entity. Now let us extrude this. And what are the height you want, you can specify the height. Then accept it. Now this is the head for that bolt. Now after creating the head, now I want to remove the material from the corners. Generally that will be done by going with corner chamfer, but here at a time I want to remove the material from all the 6 corners. So for that, let me use here a revolve cut. And now I am going to revolve cut. Let me go with revolve, and here I am selecting remove material. Then I am going to placement and define. Now here I am going to select a plane, and that plane is nothing but a right plane. And the reason is you can select a view in which you can get only 2 surfaces of the bolt. Now here if you see here, the bolt head, if I watch this from the right side I can get only 2 surfaces, whereas if I watch it from the front I am going to get 3 surfaces. Now to go with a revolve cut, always it is better to go with 2 surfaces side. So I am selecting here the right plane of the sketching plane. Then again here also I can specify the reference and orientation. Then go with sketch. Then what are the reference you want, you can select them. And here, because I am going with 2 faces side, I am creating here one triangle exactly outside. And this triangle I am going to rotate, I am going to revolve with respect to this center line. Now revolve this and see the result. Now wherever it is intersecting with the corners, there it is going to remove the material like this. So with this we have completed the revolve cut. Then next I want to provide here a thread on this bolt surface. And already we have seen how we are going to represent the threads in case of Pro E, in the case of hole tool. Whenever we are going with standard hole, by default we are going to get a thread, and that will be a cosmetic thread feature. Now even for the bolts also, if you want a thread, you can provide a cosmetic thread on that bolt surface. So whether it is external or internal, both kinds of threads can be created using cosmetic thread feature. Now to provide the cosmetic thread on this bolt, I am going with insert, and in the insert menu here I am selecting cosmetic, and in that you can go with thread. Select the thread and read the instructions and select one by one reference whatever the system is asking. Now first you can read here it is asking thread surface, or even you can go through here in the message area, it is asking select thread surface. Now let me select this bolt surface because I want a threading on this bolt surface. The next it is asking select the thread start surface, that means from where you want to start the thread. I want to start a thread from the bottom, so I am selecting this bottom surface as start surface. Then after selecting the start surface, now it is asking the direction, in which direction you want the threading with respect to that start surface. Because I want towards top, let me accept the direction what it is showing. Then after defining the direction, it will ask you next about the depth of the thread. Up to what distance you want to thread. The distance you can specify either by going with blind, or you can go with three more options, that is up to pointer vertex, up to curve, and up to surface. Now these three options are just like up to a reference, because we are going to select points, vertex, curves and surface as references. So if you go with blind, you can specify the exact distance. If you want to select a reference, you can go with any one of the next three options. Now let me go with blind because I want to give exact value. So I am going with blind and done. Now here at the bottom it is asking the depth. I want the threading up to 300 distance. So I am giving here the depth of the thread as 300. Then after specifying the depth here, it will ask you the next parameter, that is nothing but the diameter of that cosmetic thread surface. The cosmetic thread surface diameter, because it is an external threading, that should be less than the bolt dia, and even by default the system is going to take a value less than the selected surface diameter. If you want, you can give here exact value. Let me give the diameter as 165. Then after specifying here the diameter, now we have completed the creation. Simply you can go to done, then see the preview. And let me show you from the front view. We'll keep this in the wireframe, and now you can see here this is a thread which is created from the bottom up to a height of 300, and this violet color lines are nothing but a thread surface which is created, that is called cosmetic thread, and the diameter of this cosmetic thread is 165 because I have given that diameter as 165. So this is how we can create here the cosmetic thread. Now after creating the cosmetic thread, now we can go with a chamfer. I want a chamfer at this bottom edge, so I am going with chamfer and provide the chamfer. Now with this the bolt is completed, and after completing the bolt, again you can activate the assembly. To activate the assembly, let me use the same procedure. I am selecting the assembly name here from the model tree, right click and go with activate. So with this we have completed the second part, and how to create the third part we'll see in the next session.